Welcome back, little nerds. I'm Dr. Shereene Idriss, and you've landed on Pillow Talk Derm. This time, I'm not coming to you from the bathroom. I am coming to you from the Italian Dolomites, where life seems surreal. And honestly, I'm about to move out here because today we are hitting the reset button on our skin. As it honestly feels like we've made leaps and bounds in the wintertime, only to take giant steps back in the summertime. And that should not happen. Yes, summer feeds our soul, and maybe it gives us a fling or two, not anymore, but it shouldn't leave your skin on the back burner. So that is why I'm here to help you reset your skin and take care of it all over again. And speaking of resets, can we quickly talk about the nostalgia that is currently happening in the world, where everybody seems to be nostalgic for 2015, from their makeup trends to their skincare routines to their glam to even the jade roller, which has made a crazy reappearance on my For You page. And here's the funny part: myths that we have been busting for the past 10 years are back in full swing. From, will jade rollers snatch your face? No, they will not. Can I shrink my pores? No, you cannot. And my favorite one, will retinols thin my skin? Definitely not. What's old is new in 2025, even down to lipstick. So in 2015, Christian Louboutin launched one of the most expensive lipsticks in the world and shocked the beauty industry when he launched a $90 lipstick. And that would cost maybe $120 if you took into account inflation today. Fast forward to 2025, and Louis Vuitton launched one for $190. And that is asinine because it isn't just pricey, it's a whole tier above what felt like luxury a decade ago. And I cannot help but wonder if this is happening because people are looking for some sort of escapism from the world because it's so dark and grim. And I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. But it is also a reminder that as the beauty culture tries to keep up with inflating prices and newer trends and luxury and whatnot, your skin is not a trend. And the basics of good skin have not changed. So instead of spending, there's allergies and dust and pollen, $200 on lipstick, why not invest in a skincare routine that is actually going to reset your skin? Because just like we go back to school, just like we go back to the city in a week or so, and just because we go back to life, it is also the perfect time in fall to hit reset when it comes to your skin. So I'm going to walk you guys through a step-by-step routine for your perfect post-summer skincare reset so you can get your glow, your radiance, and your inner confidence back. Starting with the very, very, very beginning, the most basic step of your skincare routine is your cleansing step. And we have to be honest because this is the most powerful step. How many nights this summer did you completely forget to wash your face and just like you popped on the bed only to wake up with raccoon eyes? Because I have been guilty too. So today we are resetting and we are going to wash our face every single night of the week because that is the easiest win we can do to our skin. And here's how we do it right. If you wear makeup, if you wear sunscreen, if you reapply sunscreen, we double cleanse. How do you double cleanse? You can use your same cleanser twice. Now, if you're using an oil cleanser, you should follow it up with a gel cleanser. But if you're using any other type of cleanser, you can use it twice. If you're using a micellar water, you should follow it up with a cleanser as well. Now, massage the cleanser onto your face for 30 to 60 seconds with lukewarm water and then pat it dry. And hygiene hacks that can take this whole washing your face to the next level: brush your teeth first, clean your hands second, make sure that you have a fresh little towel for every night of the week. Third, and change your pillowcase every other night. You flip the side, then you toss it out and get a new pillowcase. Because cleansing your skin is going to help cleanse your soul and rid you of your past mistakes and maybe some bad summer fling, but it's not going to help you with your tone and your texture. And that is where we need to take it up a notch and start exfoliating to reset not just our tone, but also our texture. Because summer does love to give us an instant glow, but that leaves our skin dull and uneven in the months that follow. So exfoliating is your reset button. And acids that I love, glycolic acid, because it's going to help hydrate. It's also going to help promote collagen, so that's going to help even out fine lines and wrinkles in the long run. And lactic acid, because she brightens while she hydrates. And the combination of the two is perfection. And that is why I love the Dr. Idriss Major Fade Flash Mask. And I recommend that you start exfoliating now 3 to 4 times a week at night. At night is key. So at the end of the day, after you wash your face off, and this is where, oh my God, he's in his towel, but we cannot, control life. And that is why it's very important to do it at night. Other options: Peter Thomas Ross has glycolic acid exfoliating swabs. I hope he's not naked in the background. And First Aid Beauty also has salicylic acid pads that are great if you are oily or acne prone. Now, rule of thumb: you want to alternate On the nights that you exfoliate, you don't use a retinol. On the nights where you use retinol, don't exfoliate, because at first you're going to be sensitive, and the goal is to be consistent and not burn our face off in the process. So exfoliating, it's going to help with that dullness, it's going to help with that unevenness, it's going to help with that texture. But sometimes summer can leave deeper, darker marks on our face that just don't want to go, like melasma, acne marks, stubborn sunspots that woke up from the dead. And this is now where prescriptions can make all the difference and really boost your skincare routine. So let's jump to our dermatologist to get a prescription so we can really oomph our skincare routine. And I'm talking about hydroquinone, especially if you have melasma. It can be a game changer, but if you cannot tolerate it, oral tranexamic acid is chef's kiss. Unless you have a history of blood clots or strokes, I would avoid like the plague. Now, if you're pregnant, azelaic acid at 15% prescription can really be helpful as well. And of course, prescription retinoids like tretinoin, we're going to hit on that in a second, because we don't just want to jump to prescription retinoids if we have not done the next step, which is our retinol step. Because retinols can be used in the summer. You can absolutely use them in the summertime, but the biggest thing with a retinol is that it can make you more irritated. So if you have irritations and now you're in the sun and the UV index is high, you might get some worsening sunspots in the long run. So fall is the perfect time to jump back into the retinol game. How do you jump into the retinol game? You go low and you go slow. You start at a low percentage of retinol in over-the-counter form, and you use it once or twice a week at night, and every other week you try to add a night with the goal of using it more nights a week than not, okay? Because when you use a retinol, it is all about consistency over intensity. And if you've never started a retinol, it's never too late to start. Most people start actually in their teens or early 20s with blackheads and whiteheads, but you can absolutely start in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. And the biggest tip I have for you is maybe avoid this area, which I like to call the kiss of death, because it is the most sensitive area. So unless you've worked your way up, I wouldn't necessarily start here. And I may put a moisturizer first before I apply the retinol. So again, it is less aggressive, less intense, and you can tolerate it better. Now that we have our retinol routine in place, we can layer our brightening serums on top, because the retinol routine is going to help to make sure that we are now being consistent, helping our skin. The brightening serums are really going to help tackle that hyperpigmentation, that discoloration, and hopefully turn things around by minimizing how long they stay on the surface of your skin and the dark spots that they leave behind. So, like we said, our biggest post-summer goals: dark spots and hydration. We're going to hit on hydration in a minute. But when it comes to serums, serums are the powerhouse. So you want to look for actives like alpha-arbutin, kojic acid, licorice root, niacinamide, diglycosylgallic acid. Ideally, even a serum that doubles up not only as a brightening serum, but also hydrates. And that's why my hero pick is the Dr. Idriss Major Fade Hyper Serum, because it is multitasking. It is a hydrating serum that also brightens. It is a brightening serum that also hydrates. And you can use it on stubborn spots. Plus, as I use it as a double up under eye cream. That wasn't English, but you understood what I was trying to say. I use it both in the morning and at night, 4 clicks to my face every single day, and I have not missed a day since 2021 when I finalized that formula. Now, step 6 is moisturize and SPF, seal and shield. You want to seal the deal and shield your skin. But here's the trick. You want to start layering that hydration in, thinking of your sunscreen as a hydrating part of your routine, and also thinking as your moisturizer potentially as something that could do both. Not only moisturize, but ideally brighten as well, because you can get actives in your moisturizer, so you don't want to necessarily waste a whole step just on hydration when you could double it up. So in the morning, I use the Dr. Idriss Major Fade Active Seal, which is my vitamin C moisturizer with ceramides. And then I use the Dr. Idriss Major Fade Disco Block to help to protect my skin with SPF 50, while it also brightens with hexyl resorcinol. If you're somebody who's oily, I would switch to Kiehl's Better Screen SPF 50. And if you want something like a mineral sunscreen, Iris and Romeo Weekend Skin is a really nice alternative. At night, I seal in my retinol and my serum with my active seal. So the Dr. Idriss Major Fade Active Seal. If I need more moisture, I will layer underneath the Aveeno Calm and Restore Hydrating Serum, or I will layer on top the Jordan Samuel Skin Thick Moisturizer. So now I get hydrating products in between the staples of my routine, which is to basically brighten my skin. But while we are protecting our skin, we do not want to forget the areas that also takes a beating in the fall: our lips. As you guys can see, even over here in the mountains, our lips get dry. So how have I been taking care of my lips? I do what I love to call lip basting. So at night, I use the Dr. Idriss Lip peel, which is mandelic acid, as well as glucanolactone and glycerin to help to smoothen my lips. And then I lock it in with a Dr. Idriss lip based. And yes, something is coming soon. Scents, tastes, keep your eyes out for that. So that covers the essentials. But if you really want to know how to winterproof your glow, it is all about a few small extras now that will save you a ton of time later. Extra other tips: face basting, which is when I apply a thick layer of diaper rash cream at night with zinc to help to restore my skin barrier. That is something that I absolutely love to do on top of my skincare routine, especially as it gets really cold in the winter. I also keep a mist in my bag that I mix with glycerin and rose water. So if I'm at the office, I could use that throughout the day. And keeping a humidifier at your desk, a mini one, actually makes a huge difference. Why mini? Because you have to clean it regularly, so it's better that it empties out so you can clean it. And there you have it, your full reset routine. From cleansing to winterproofing, each step builds you a better foundation for tomorrow and gives your skin a fresh start. And the myths from 2016, can we please put them to rest once and for all? And also, you do not need a $190 lipstick, unless of course it makes you dream. Then who am I to tell you what you do and do not need? Comment below which step of the routine you are most excited to restart. Ask me any questions you have in the comment section. And until then, I hope you guys have a beautiful Saturday. I sadly will not be here next Saturday, but enjoy the view, and I will see you guys soon.